If you guys want any Coachella outfits, buy one of my jackets. Literally no one else will be wearing it.
It's so bad.
No one else will be wearing it because there literally is only one of a kind.
Yeah.
So
I work in TV and film production. I mostly run first team, which means I take care of talent. So
welcome to another episode of All Over the Place with Lane Fable. I'm your host, Lane Fable, and today's guest is freshly from the airport, just landed from LAX, so I hope he didn't bring in the coronavirus.
I definitely did not.
I'm just kidding. He is one of my oldest friends, one of my greatest friends, and his name is Jake Denay.
Hi guys, how's it going?
I didn't get to write his intro like I normally write everyone else's, so that's what you get.
Yeah, that's good. I think that was a good intro.
You'll take it?
Yeah, I flew here just to do Lane's podcast.
No, he straight up was like, hey, I'll be home. I'm going to come straight to your house. And then when do you leave?
So I go to Boston on the 6th for a wedding, and then I fly out the morning of the 8th.
Oh.
It's like wedding, sleep,
too close.
wake up, go. Yeah.
Wait, weddings are fun.
Yeah. And my birthday is in 2 days. Let's say the 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my birthday's in 2 days.
Wait, so you'll be in Boston for your birthday?
No, I'm going to be in New York, actually. I'm just doing a tiny dinner with my family. Okay. That's it. I don't like to make a big deal out of birthdays. Maybe for my 30th, which is scary to think about, I'll do something big.
Don't talk about how we're almost 30.
A friend of mine just turned 30.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems so far off, but it's not that far off.
It's not. Yeah.
Well, a little bit of background. How about you tell us how we know each other?
So Lane and I have known each other since kindergarten. Yeah, we both grew up in the same town. Known each other since kindergarten. Who do you have in kindergarten? Not that anyone listening will know.
We
definitely weren't in the same class though.
Just some blonde lady.
I don't even know.
She was really sweet, but that's so bad that I don't remember. I really did like her.
So yeah, Lane and I, we weren't really friends until middle school. She was really good friends with one of my good friends, Bree Goldstein. And we were friends for like a little bit, but we weren't ever like tight.
Wait, I was just thinking, did we ever? I feel like we've talked about Bree Goldstein on my channel.
We have.
Hey, Bree.
We have like a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't really hang out that much in high school. Like we were always cool, but like we were just never like really friends.
Just like.
And then after college, I saw Lane start a YouTube channel, and I was thinking about starting one, and we sort of bonded over that and started hanging out like a bunch. And yeah, we've been pretty good friends ever since.
Sorry, I was just making sure the chairs. Guys, I am once again all over the place. But yes, I remember when you first reached out about a YouTube channel. And Jake had his for a while.
Yeah, it's really funny. I actually just, I had a channel for like maybe a year, maybe a little bit less. But I looked back. I have one video that is still public, and it's me going to Hawaii. Like it's basically just a surf video.
At least private all of them, or did you just
no,
delete?
they're all private. They're all private. But I looked back the other day, and like I just didn't know how to act in front of a camera. Like I was just a spaz. It was really bad. Like
I don't remember you ever being that much of a spaz.
I mean, maybe I'm just being like really hypercritical, but
I'm trying to think.
I was a different version of myself.
Okay.
Which I think everyone is when they get in front of a microphone or a camera, but yeah, I also hate watching and hearing myself, and like having headphones on right now, it's just like, but I'm dealing with it. It's okay.
But do you think that I'm a different person on and off camera?
A tiny bit, but like just because I know you.
Like I don't curse as much on camera?
Yeah. And I just like know you so well off camera that it's
slightly different.
Yeah. There's just like some aspect to it where it's like, when this is like so esoteric, but like, when with like quantum materials and stuff, when you're measuring it, they're different from when like you measuring it has an effect on it. So you can't really measure it because once an observer comes in, it changes them.
Yes, so you lost me the second you said quantum.
Yeah, I know nothing about like quantum physics or quantum mechanics at all. It's just like stupid. But
no, when you said, so you mean that like
it's basically just like when you're observing something, it acts differently than when it's not being observed.
Meaning like whenever a person's on camera, they're gonna act slightly different.
Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, I think I definitely, obviously, think a little bit more about what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
and when I'm in person, I just rattle off anything that comes to my head.
Yeah.
But I still do that.
I have a couple friends who are like decent sized YouTubers. I have one friend specifically, I don't want to name, but he's entirely different. off camera. Not that his personality is
one I'm
different.
thinking of?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But
He has to be though, because
we can't give
No,
too
I'm
much
not-
away.
I'm
But
not gonna
he's
give it
just
away.
very, very, really hyper, nonstop. Like just doesn't stop
on
camera. And off camera, he's way more relaxed. Like there's aspects of him that I see in his videos that are the same off camera, but he's way more relaxed.
I think it's, without giving it, it's just like who he's around.
Yeah,
That has
I
made
think so.
him that.
I think
go
we've
in
said
that
too
direction.
much. We'll edit
Too
some
much?
of it. I think everyone has different styles. Like I know
Yeah.
there are a lot of gamers that like, obviously when they're playing alone, they're not going to be like super animated over every little
Mm-hmm.
thing. But if they're on stream or something, they want to give it everything that they have.
I
which
don't
is
know.
like-
I've overheard Quinn and Shane playing, and they're not streaming shit, and they are so animated.
True. When you're playing with another person, I feel like
Yeah.
it changes too. But if
Okay,
you're like
yeah.
playing alone, you know.
It's true, and I think it goes back to what you said about content. Obviously, it's like when someone else is observing, it
Love me a
automatically.
good quantum.
I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I think
no.
like that analogy I do understand, because it's funny because even when I film this podcast, like if people are home when I film it, I won't talk differently and I won't stray away from topics, but I definitely think like I'm like, oh, they can hear this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, right now, like no one else is here, and I'm just like, cool, we can talk as loud as we want. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
you do process the information differently when
It's
you
true.
know
Yeah.
someone else is around.
Yeah.
Wow, so we jumped off with quantum physics. So now
I've been on, this is probably the third podcast I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah. I live in LA. Everyone has a fucking podcast.
Yeah, well, everyone does here too. So
But every single time I get on, I'm like, I'm gonna be way more concise, and I just start rambling and just going all over the place.
that's me, dude. Well, obviously,
Those are my favorite to listen to, though, so I feel like it's
Same.
not a bad thing. So I was at the airport today, and with this whole coronavirus thing happening, which is honestly, I know we had, when we were in high school, like swine flu was a thing, right?
Or like
But-
mad cow disease.
But was it on this level? I don't remember it being that intense.
I think not, because swine flu wasn't that like you caught it from eating meat.
Was that it?
Don't quote me on this. Or maybe that was like mad cow.
No, I think it was mad cow.
Swine flu was through respiratory as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. We both know someone that actually had it.
What? Shut the fuck.
And she was like fine. She was out of school for like,
How did she get it?
I don't know. I expected people, like everyone, to be wearing masks and to
Yeah.
be kind of hysterical, but first off, the airport was empty,
Probably because no one wants to travel.
probably. And I'd say 90% of the people were not wearing masks. Everyone at every single pre-rail station though was going ham. I'll say that.
But
Was I.
I also think it's because from what I've researched is you can't, like masks don't help
Right.
fully.
Unless
like-
it's the air filtration mask. Which is one that you
but
can buy.
Even that, if a molecule gets in your eye,
Right.
like unless you're covering every
Yeah.
pore,
If you're just at the airport in a hazmat suit.
so I'm about to do when I go to Malta.
Yeah.
Hazmat. But yeah, I'm very conflicted because at the beginning of it, I was like, okay, it's absolutely just this media hype up, and they want clicks and they want views and they want whatever. I was like, it's like the flu. Someone compared it to the flu, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I just had the flu. Like, you'll live.
Yeah.
And the flu kills people too, but as obviously it's way more contagious and blah blah blah. But
I think the scary thing about it is that you could have it for up to 14 days or something and not
now,
show any symptoms.
supposedly it's like 21 days and you have no symptoms.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you can just be infecting a bunch of people.
Right, and have no idea.
And that is why I want to work from home for the next like, month.
Well,
And then go to Malta. That doesn't make any sense.
I think the funny thing is everyone sort of thought it was this like media frenzy. It was just a way for companies to get clicks and all that stuff. And what's funny is like people now realize that it's definitely not that. But you know that as soon like let's say in the next like 2 weeks it dies down dramatically, everyone's gonna say, oh, this was the whole time. This was like a big media hype up. Blah 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 blah.
I mean, yes and no. Like, there are people that have passed away from it. Anytime somebody dies from an illness, like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like, but at the same time, I'm stuck in between so many conflicting stories about it's not that bad. Like, I'm in some travel groups online, and of course, they're saying, like, no, it's fine. Like, you can still travel, just be safe, like all that stuff. Wash your hands, Lysol wipe everything.
Which is true, unless you're going to a country that has like a pretty big
Like Italy.
outbreak. Yeah. Yeah, my mom was supposed to go to Spain and Italy, and she's still planning to as of now, because it's
When?
not until the end of April.
Oh,
So
shit, 'cause
obviously things could change a lot from now and
Alyssa
then.
Poplowski and I were gonna go in the end of, and a few other friends. We're gonna go in the end of end of May once she's out of school. But your mom's going sooner.
Yeah, she's going to Spain first, and then the plan was she's going to drive through France and go to Italy.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, but she's probably going to just cancel the Italy part of it.
Yeah, we had a layover in Barcelona for a Malta trip. It's like this. It's this game of, should I just risk it and just be really safe, because it's
Yeah.
like any other illness. Like you can catch.
Right.
Like I saw a tweet. People catch so many diseases from
Oh, yeah.
mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Like mosquitoes
insane.
alone, and nobody's up in a frenzy about that. But that is like a huge.
Yep.
So
I think the thing with this is, and we're okay, right? Like if you and I got it, we'd most likely be fine.
Knock on
It's the
wood.
people with, and saying that it would suck because we'd be quarantined for who knows how long.
I'd be fine. Just give me some YouTube and snacks. Snacks.
See, yeah, part of me thinks that it would be like really meditative and restorative.
No, it's terrible to be in one place for
Yeah.
14 days or 21 days.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible.
But I don't remember what I was gonna say. Shit.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. So we'd probably be okay. It's scary for the elderly and the people that have underlying conditions or smokers or, you know.
Well, that's the other thing. I'm walking down the street and people are like blowing cigarette smoke in my face. I'm just like, if you smoke cigarettes and you get this, you're absolutely screwed.
Yeah, potentially.
I mean, if your lungs are, some people smoke cigarettes and their lungs are fine, which is crazy.
Yeah, no. I have a friend who's a professional kickboxer and he smokes cigarettes. And his cardio's insane.
Yeah, but the stupidity.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's one thing I say. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but I always say is I don't ever want to be known for judging people, and I don't judge people. I try not to. But if I see you smoking a cigarette, I automatically am like, you're a dumbass.
I was like really Lane was visiting in LA once, and I was like very drunk, and I smoked a cigarette, and the look she gave me, I swear.
Because you never did too, and I was just like, what is this?
It only happens if I'm
Wait,
like.
there was one time Sav was smoking it when she came to visit New York, and I literally she lit it, and I took it out of her mouth and threw it on the floor, and she was like, and because I was drunk, and I was just like,
Yeah.
it's like I love you, whoopsh, threw it
Yeah.
out on the floor.
No, it's
Yeah.
really stupid.
That's the one thing. And I understand, yes, it's addicting. Some people are having a hard time quit and everything. But for me, I'm just like, you know what you know. Like,
Yeah.
it is direct correlation to cancer and other illnesses.
There's a lot of things though that we all know are bad for us. That
like
we do
sugar.
anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing I can't stand about smoking is you're doing it to everyone around you as well.
Yeah.
If you're eating a shit ton of sugar and drinking soda 4 times a day, I don't give a shit. That's your
Yeah.
body. But the second you're
it's true.
blowing smoke in my face and I don't have
Yeah.
a filter, I automatically, I think less of
Do you remember ever?
Which is, that sounds terrible, but it's true.
Do you remember ever being in a restaurant or a bar where they allowed smoking?
No.
Me neither.
It was
But
illegal since
have
we were
you
younger.
been? Have you been to Vegas? So in the casinos that you can smoke
still do?
inside, and they say that the filtration's good and all that,
Bullshit.
but yeah,
I don't-
It's crazy though. After 10 minutes, you don't even notice it, which is bad.
That's one thing I feel. It's true. I've been around people where I don't notice it after a little bit, but I definitely that's one thing I cannot stand.
Yeah, I feel.
Or
that.
I've gotten to an Uber and the guy's or the
That's
driver's a
the
smoker.
worst because the
It
seats.
just
That's a
reeks.
whole nother level of reek.
Reeks.
Because if you're walking by someone on the street, it smells for a second, it sucks, but you walk 20 feet and it's gone. If you get into a car of someone that's been smoking cigarettes for
a
who
home.
knows how long, years perhaps, that shit's gonna smell so much worse.
I forget where I was, but I think I was in a grocery store or something, or a coffee shop, and someone walked by me and I just smelled all of the smoke, and they weren't smoking, but it was
Yeah.
just on them,
Yeah.
in everything
It's called
about
third-hand
them.
smoke, I think.
Oh,
when
it
it's
was
trapped in fabric or
It
something.
was repulsive, and
Yeah.
I was just like, they don't even notice.
Yeah.
They reek.
By the way, the Uber part of that story just made me think of this. So I was on my way to a friend's going away party in LA Saturday, and I rarely talk to Uber drivers usually, and it's nothing against whoever's driving. I just genuinely like
Yeah,
to use
a lot of
that
people
time
don't.
as let me listen to a podcast or music. I just want to like.
Not my podcast. He hasn't listened to Kate's
That is not
episode.
true. I was listening to.
Hasn't listened to Kate's episode. I'm kidding. Okay, but yeah, don't talk to Uber drivers.
Yeah. So, but it was a short ride, and I was like interested, you know. So, this woman's driving, and I'm like, hey, how's your night going? She's like, good, blah blah. And I told her that for like a short period of time, I did Uber Eats to like save a little bit of extra cash.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh, how'd you like it? I was like, yeah, it was okay. Like the pay's not that great. Like for the time and energy that you spend, it's just like not worth it if you're trying to save extra cash. Like there are better ways to save money.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I did it too for a little bit, but I had to stop. I'm like, oh, why? She was like, I kept eating the food. I'm like,
No,
oh
she
yeah,
didn't.
like I've definitely taken a fry or two here and there. And she's like, no, like I've eaten the entire thing. And I'm like,
You've taken
oh,
a fry?
yeah, I'll take a fry,
That's
a
so
single
fucked up.
fry.
Oh my God, no. Now you're making me
No,
question.
but listen. So
But how did she get out of
just
that?
check this out. So she was like, yeah, like once or twice I did it, whatever. And one time I was picking up an order from the Cheesecake Factory, and I ate the entire cheesecake. And I went, but listen to this. Then she goes, first off, I'm shocked that she's admitting this to me. Like, you just sound dumb. I'm sorry, but you do.
That's psychotic.
Yeah. And she goes, yeah, I finished it. And then I went to drop off the rest of the delivery. I guess there was like a salad or something else. And she told the guy, hey, like, I'm really sorry, but I got really hungry and I ate your cheesecake. Yeah. So
In LA?
yeah, in LA.
Oh my God.
And and apparently the guy was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, he paid for it.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. And he's like, okay, you gotta go. Like, I'm reporting you. Please just
Yeah.
get out of my face. And yeah, she got like a pretty bad note from Uber.
Yeah, she got,
They were like,
let
yeah,
go.
maybe don't do this anymore if you're gonna keep doing that. And she's like, yeah, maybe I'll just stick to driving. Whoa.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Right?
Like I've heard of, and then DoorDash now, like when I do order DoorDash, they put like this DoorDash sticker on the bag. So like you can tell if it's been opened.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So I like
some
that.
places, from the week
Or,
that I
like,
did it,
staple the
some
bag?
places, yeah, they'll staple it or they'll do the sticker. Yeah.
That leads me to my next question. How do you feel like having lived in New York and Boston and LA, like the difference between the East Coast and the West Coast that you find?
The vibe, and I know it's like so stupid,
The
corny to say,
vibe.
like the fucking vibes.
The vibes. They're just very different.
Yeah, no, they really are. I find it's just so much easier to be happy in LA because it's always beautiful and sunny. There's the beach right by you. It's just a great environment. The people, everyone likes to say like, oh, the people in LA are so fake, and like everyone just wants to be famous, blah blah blah. And I'd say there's definitely more fake people per capita in LA, but
Per capita.
I mean, come on, you could weed out the real ones from the fake ones, and I have a pretty good friend group, and
I also think there's so many fake people in New York as well.
Oh, yeah.
I've never liked that argument. And I understand in LA, it's like, okay, a lot of actors are like wannabe actors and those things.
yeah.
But to just be like, oh, everyone's fake over there. I'm like, do you know the people over here?
Yeah, and the one thing that I'm very grateful for being from the East Coast and like tri-state area in New York, and then going to LA is people in LA definitely have work ethic, but they aren't as they don't have the same sense of urgency. So like I think what would take 2 days in New York might take a week in LA. Like people just don't have the same sense of urgency.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
So it's good coming from New York and having that work ethic of being like, I'm going to get this done as soon as I possibly can.
And like
definitely
impress
helps.
and show up. And
Yeah, it makes you look better. And I
Talking
guess
about
we haven't
looking
even told people
better.
what I do, but
I
work,
know.
It's okay. I work in TV and film production.
I'm so good at this, guys.
I mostly run first team, which means I take care of talent. So I tell the actors or whoever we're shooting with where to be, when to be, making sure they get through hair and makeup on time, making sure they're on set on time, they know what scene we're doing, if they have any special requests, taking
So
care of
do
that.
you deal with their like, you know how everyone has to have one weird request?
Yeah, I don't really deal with that because that's more
Why am I spacing? What is it called? Someone's
someone's rider.
writer.
Yeah, so that's more of like a musician thing, or like if you're just gonna be somewhere for like a day, like there's only like a 1 day shoot.
Oh, so you're okay.
Because like if you're on like a movie or something, right? Like you're gonna they usually will bring like their own personal chefs,
No
and if they
way.
don't, like they'll make sure that like craft services knows exactly what they like. So it's not something that I have to deal with.
That's my goal in life, to have a personal chef.
Yeah, so I worked on Space Jam 2, and I did not run first team on Space Jam 2. I ran second team, and helped with the background actors. I did both of those things. So second team are the stand-ins and the photo doubles. So to save time for the actors, since like they have to set up a scene and make sure the lighting's good, they have someone that's exactly their height, like roughly same skin tone, even like same like head shape to
So
some
they
extent.
just set it up, and then someone brings in the real
Yeah,
actor.
so they make sure that the scene is all good. They'll do a rehearsal with them, and usually the actors will watch them do the rehearsal with them so that they know their marks, so that they know like,
Oh,
okay, I
wow.
walk here to
Oh,
here.
so the main actor is watching this.
When they do the final rehearsal with second team, yes, then the main actors will usually watch. And then the
This is
actors will do it
so
for however many takes they need, and then they go back to their trailers, and then they do the same thing again. They set up for the next shot, and it's second team back in.
I wish you could vlog that stuff, because like that's
Yeah.
so foreign to me.
Well, I've always said that I would love to make a documentary about like a really, really big movie getting made and show you every single step of the way, every single department, like just everything. Because
It's amazing what actually goes into
and
it.
so many people don't know how many different departments there are. I mean, so
I have no idea.
for Space Jam 2, I'm not allowed to say a lot. I signed.
It's not out yet, right?
No, it doesn't come out until not this summer, the summer after, because it's a lot of like CG and they have a lot of.
duh.
I worked on it for 3 months, and that was just the live action stuff. They still have to do. They're probably in the process of it now, doing all the voiceover for all the characters of the Looney Tunes, all that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And there's a lot of green screen stuff, so it just takes a long time to get something like that done. Usually, movie turnaround from like shoot to actual release is about a year, but for a movie like that, it's much longer.
That's crazy, because that just puts off. I mean, I'm used to, let's make a video, let me edit it in like 1 to 2 days, put it up.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Obviously, not as much goes into it, but
The amount that goes, it's a miracle that any movie gets made. I mean, I've heard stories of. I have friends who are writers, and like a good friend of mine works on a pretty decent sized TV show, and he writes features as well. And like, he had one feature that got made, and it was just an indie, like a really small budget movie. I think they made it for $1 million, and it
Small
took
budget.
10 years from the script getting into the hands of the production company to the
What?
film actually coming out. Yeah, and that's not
was
uncommon.
that because it's a small budget and people?
No, it's literally like it's. There's so many instances where it might not be the right time for a movie, so like a studio might buy the rights to it and be like, "Hey, we're gonna make this in 5 years," or like one actor signs on, but then they don't like another actor that they're considering. So it's a whole. It's just there's so many moving parts and so many hands that are involved in making it happen, and it's just a lot. It takes a lot. But yeah. But yeah, it's funny. I actually, while I have so much respect for everyone in like the TV and film industry, I initially got into it thinking, okay, I want to be a creative producer. But that role's sort of disappearing more and more as,
Really?
yeah, because it sort of used to be like there'd be a creative producer on every project, at least one or two even. And they play different roles depending on, or they have different responsibilities depending on the movie or the show or whatever. But since so many people are like taking like YouTube series and turning it into something bigger, and
Yeah.
like there's so many remakes and stuff that already has people attached to it, those people are the ones that are sort of acting as creative producer as well. And like a lot of directors now and writers are also on as producers, so it's just sort of there's
That's
just
true.
the role is just sort of dwindling away. And like my whole goal was to do it at a company like Marvel where that role still exists, but I'm realizing now there's so much more opportunity to take an idea and bring it to fruition through like a marketing or branding type situation. There's just a lot more money right now in it and more money to be thrown at like bigger budgets essentially.
Oh yeah.
So like I have a couple friends, a good friend of mine, his name's Gabe. You know Gabe.
Musician?
No, he works for this company Farm Rio.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your friend's name? That's a musician. It's not.
Oh no, that's Shiloh.
Why do I think his name is Gabe? Okay.
know,
Yeah,
but-
Farm Rio.
But yeah,
Love Farm Rio.
Yeah, we hooked Elaine up with a little brand deal with them a
Yeah.
couple months ago.
I definitely want to work with them again.
Yeah,
I just
they're
covered my mouth.
such a
Sorry,
cool
guys.
company, and they just came to the U.S. So if you guys want to check it out, just Google
Their
Farm
store
Rio.
in Soho is stunning.
It's amazing. They really take a lot of time to put.
No, if you want to check them out, go to my blog and check out there.
Yeah, their whole experience is great. But like, so my friend Gabe there, he's the head of branding, and he'll come up with an idea, get it approved within like a week, go wherever they're going to shoot it, get a local director, put it together with like a tiny crew. Sometimes a big crew, but usually like a more small crew where they
Yeah.
could sort of make on the fly decisions, and like within from inception to the actual project being out is like a month.
Yeah, that's
insane.
incredible.
And like just to be able to get an idea out that quickly is so cool.
I think that's what also draws me to like YouTube, podcasting, everything is that there isn't that traditional wait time and
Right.
checks and balances. Like, okay, send it to them,
Barriers,
make sure
yeah.
it's like, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
And I've been approached by some of those like companies that are like, oh, we're going to help you. You give us a percentage, we'll do whatever. And I'm like, you're giving up one that's like your intellectual whatever, but
Yeah.
intellectual property. But at the same time, it's like, no, because then I'm tied to your name.
Exactly.
And God forbid I do something that is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those type of
For anyone
things.
that doesn't know, like there are these things on YouTube called MCNs, which is multi-channel
what it is?
networks. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing.
I think so,
But
yeah.
basically they come in, and if you have like more than like 100,000 views, they'll be like, hey, like we can help get you more brand deals and whatever. And a lot of times they can.
Yeah.
But the terms that they have are sometimes just not
Oh, it's
in the
insanity.
creator's favor.
No, because no matter how many views you're getting, whether they help you or not, they take the same percentage of your money.
Right.
And for me, I was just like, granted, looking back, maybe it would have helped me grow like an American base or certain things, but I was just like,
Yeah. You have such an interesting audience, though.
demographic. It blows me away daily when I look at my analytics. I'm constantly confused,
Yeah.
but grateful, but confused.
Like I've told people your whole story before, and they're always like, that never happens. It's like pretty rare
What?
that someone gets such a niche demographic like that to a demographic that is specific to one country.
Well, it's not one country though, because I do have to say, like,
Well, at the
it's-
beginning, at least
At
it
the
was,
beginning,
yeah.
for sure. But it really is Philippines, India, and as of right now, Morocco. Like,
Yeah.
I see people daily being like, "When are you coming back to Morocco?" Or
that's
like
cool.
messaging me, which is amazing. But it's also what hurts because I put up stuff that's not from those three countries, and then there is the core group that will always support no
Mm-hmm.
matter what. But yeah, it is an interesting audience
Yeah.
for sure.
I wanted to talk to you actually about. This is my podcast now, guys.
At this point, no, but like I love having people and I'm so comfortable with because I'm like, yeah, let's do whatever.
Yeah. And it's great because like we haven't got to catch up, so
I
it's great to
know.
like have that experience here.
I'm so grateful that you just came here straight from the airport.
I had to. Was
I would
like-
go home and shower and nap, but God bless.
honestly, like that's the thing. Whenever I travel, I feel like if I get off the plane, just start like going, I sort of acclimate a lot better.
Absolutely. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
But you just launched a clothing line.
Yes. And what's funny is I was going to wear one in this episode and I was running around so much earlier, I didn't change. But yes, by Lane Fable. Wait, yeah, this is the first podcast episode I'm talking about it that I'm not solo. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
So I am helping a friend of mine right now, with some merch stuff. I think we talked about this. I had a small jujitsu
Yes.
apparel line in the past.
That's how I found the t-shirts I like through you.
Yeah. Oh, right. See, there we
See?
go.
Friends helping
Oh,
friends.
Yeah. But the one thing that my friend right now in LA is going through is whether or not he wants to do custom labels. And if you guys don't know, like it might sound really easy to make like a t-shirt with a simple graphic and sell it. It's fucking not.
There are
because
so many things that go into it.
that you don't even think about. So there's the actual printing of the shirts, there's so many options. You can get digital, which like is way cheaper. It's basically a printer doing it, but the quality isn't as good unless you're doing like really basic colors.
Yep.
If you go up to silk screening, your costs go up dramatically, which means your margins go down, which means you probably have to charge more for your shirt to make it worthwhile. You have to pick the right blank, meaning there's like, obviously people know like Gildan, right? Like that's like the worst possible, not shady.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah, Gildan's like, I mean, they have some blends that aren't bad, but their like cheapest shirt that you could buy is like really low quality.
I like some of their sweatshirts though.
Oh no, yeah, I'm just talking about their t-shirts.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking. Yeah, like the paper feel one.
Yeah, exactly.
I think my golf shirt was Gildan. I'm not even gonna lie.
Ew.
The second I washed it, it felt like paper.
Did you get it at a thrift store?
No, I got it at the golf store, and I'm livid.
Really?
Yeah, I won't wear it now. I wear it to bed.
Wow, that's crazy.
Anyway, sorry, keep going. The blanks. We're talking about the blanks.
So like once you finally find a blank that you like, it's usually, if it's quality, it's going to be more expensive.
Oh yeah.
So if you're doing silkscreen, if you're doing like a higher quality blank, if you're doing more than one color, that all ups the price.
If you're printing in more than one place, like I put when I did merch a while ago, I put it on my arm.
Yep.
That's a whole other screen you're buying, and they have to cut. So, yeah. And then I put a patch on mine.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
And then you have to think about, okay, how am I going to ship all this? Like you could do it in a couple different ways, and it's crazy.
With my merch, I never figured out the whole like worldwide shipping because it was so expensive.
Yeah.
People in the Philippines didn't buy it because it was so expensive to get there.
Yeah, it's insane.
So I'm still figuring that out. But yeah, my clothing brand I'm so excited about. I just got another custom order.
Awesome.
And I just love it. And I mean, obviously right now I'm still in the like beginning stages, and my mom's like, well, you're going to need to sell a lot. And I'm like, just let me have this. Like
the fact that you're right off the bat selling products that are going for more than $200 a pop is very, very impressive.
Yeah, no, I thought it wouldn't, but like I actually am working on one in the sunroom right now. If you want to see it after, the amount of hours,
exclusive.
Yeah, right. The amount of hours that goes into each one, granted, unless it's like but none of them are super simple. I think even the dice probably was like, I love that jacket.
I love the skull one.
Oh yeah, someone bought
and
that.
the eye. I love the eye.
The eye, that one's still available, but it's a girl's jacket. I gotta thrift more unisex jackets, but
you gotta make one for me.
The amount of hours that go into it, I couldn't price it any lower.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is on the low end, and people are like, "What?" And I'm like, I sit there painting for multiple days on one jacket.
Yeah.
And then I need to, you wash it, and then you need to like tag it. And, oh my gosh, it's just I'm learning as I go, and it's.
By the way,
eye-opening.
I bleached this myself.
Yes.
I don't know if
you
you
sent
can,
me that.
really see it, but a friend of mine is playing Coachella this year, and
we have
he
to
got
talk about Coachella.
Yeah, he got some free stuff that they sent him, and like I love this hoodie.
I didn't even realize it's a Coachella.
Yeah, see, here's a little.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was like really, really bright, so I had to tone it down a bit. I just threw a bunch of bleach all over it.
And see, like cool. that's funny because like especially with my jackets, the way I do it, obviously it's not like we also need to talk about TikTok. But on TikTok when people they roll the stuff up and they put the rubber bands on it, like the classic tie dye. That's not what I do.
Yeah.
So like the way that I do it is so different that you're not gonna. Like yes, you can do it yourself, but it takes so much longer, and in means of tie-dye. Obviously the painting it's different, but it's an eye-opening process.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, TikTok though.
Everything comes back to TikTok. I
downloaded it as a joke, and I'm like, I'm never gonna post a video, and like I was just scrolling, and I was severely addicted just watching, right?
But same. And I was like, what, Jake? No, I don't get it. And then 2 days ago, I mean, I don't know if you heard my recent solo podcast. It was all about TikTok.
I have to hear it.
Yeah, you honestly. And I was like, I lost hours.
Yeah.
Like 10 hours.
I thought I spent a lot of time on Instagram. The amount of time that I spent on TikTok is insane.
But you want to know what's so... sorry, I'm repeating myself if you heard the previous episode. How fucked up is it that the name is TikTok?
Yeah.
That's so...
you know what? Oh
it's so
I didn't even think about that until just now.
How creepy is that?
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they did that on purpose.
That's a TikTok right there.
And they
like
made it...
making a TikTok about the name.
About TikTok.
I'm literally writing it down.
Screw you, what I was going to do. I have a few ideas I was going to do on TikTok. But yeah, it... We should film some after.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I what I just wrote in my notes makes like almost no sense. I
But you'll
literally just wrote.
understand it later.
I just wrote TikTok is literally a clock.
No, but I was thinking about it and I was like, they absolutely made this app knowing that the songs that they pick are going to be like looped and they're super
those songs
short.
are gonna go viral.
Oh, absolutely viral. And they're short and I can't tell you how many songs are stuck in my head.
Lane, we have the exact same issue.
Like
right
Something for Your Mind, the
now.
one,
The
two,
Doja Cat song.
all of
Didn't
Bazzy,
even notice. Oh yeah.
The punches everything. And then I see the dance. Like I mentally think about the dances.
Have you renegaded yet?
No, I can't dance.
I could teach you Renegade after.
I'm uninterested in that. I like the TikToks where the sound is an original sound. That is something I've noticed. Like I don't go to a sound and like listen to all the same ones.
Yeah.
That drives me bonkers.
So I had a really interesting journey with TikTok.
Oh my God, it is.
So
Because Jake tried to get me. He's like, Lane, this like you need to. I know it's like cringy, but it's smart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Jake, I literally won't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
And then I downloaded it, and then I really got into it this past weekend.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, wait, I need to seriously film some.
Yeah, it's I started. Let me see what the first video I posted, because I didn't do. What's interesting about TikTok is their algorithm is very democratic in that. I'm sorry if you're about to hear sound. Oh,
It's all good.
So
But what do you mean by it's democratic?
because the way that it works is they will push your video out to
Like
a set amount,
a pool of
a pool of
100.
people, right? So it starts with
Mine
like a
never
small
gets past
pool,
the pool of 100.
and then if your engagement is good enough, basically if you're getting people to watch the entire thing, if you're getting people to like it, to comment on it, to share it is the most important. It will push it out to a bigger pool, and then it'll do the same
Like
thing
it
over and
multiplies,
over again. Yeah. So it's tough to say now how well my first video did,
Now it's
because
stuck in my head.
I had
Jesus.
one song that I had one TikTok that kind of blew up, and then since then, like all the other ones have gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of was just trying a bunch of different things, and then I had one video where basically it was about me being a hoe, basically.
I can't.
Let's be real.
I love it.
Yeah, and
It did really well.
it did really well. It got 105,000 views.
Okay, but how many
And it
followers
has
did you gain? From that?
8,981 likes.
On Instagram, how many?
So that's the other thing. You could link your Instagram to your TikTok profile, so people could click directly to it. And what's really smart that TikTok does that almost no other social media app does is it allows you to share through TikTok on every single platform.
Yeah.
Which allows things to go even more viral. Super smart of them. But
not
yeah,
gonna say-
so
I'm not
from
gonna say
that
they're not
one,
geniuses.
from that one video, I got.
I'm so nervous. Yours is gonna be so loud. You're making me so nervous.
You'll turn down. Trust. I promise you. I've like, trust me. I'll show you right after.
Yeah.
So from that one video, I got 3,000 followers on TikTok, and I got
crazy.
I want to say 250 followers on Instagram, and then since then that's the one video that's just consistently kept growing and growing and growing. So I posted it, and I went to bed. I didn't think anything of it. I think it got 2,000 views, which was at the time the most I'd ever gotten. And then I went to bed. I woke up, and it was at 18,000 views. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for a surf. I come back, and I think it was at 30,000. And then it just kept going from there.
That's insane.
But then it's funny. I realized, like, okay, I have an audience of people that want to know either. I basically, I realized I had an audience of young gay men. So
you're like, let's play to that.
I was like, let me play to this a little bit. So I basically
Which is
just
smart,
took.
but I can't bring myself to do that. But you're smart.
Well, here's the thing. So I was like, before I pander completely, let me just like try something else. So I thought it'd be funny to, we all have these like random thoughts in the shower, right? So I'm like,
those
let
are my
me.
favorite ones of yours.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. So I basically put the phone in the shower with me, like propped it up, and like you can't see anything, like you can't even see like below my chest, really. and it's just me in the shower making like facial expressions, and then I did a voiceover of thoughts that I had that matched up to the
I
expressions.
love this.
And it did pretty well. Not as well as the first one. And then I was like, okay, let me entirely pander.
Wait, I
and
want
those
to
did a
play
lot
like
better.
a second of yours. Or is that going to make you cringe?
No, it's okay. Here. We can do the shower thoughts one.
Yeah, the shower
I'll
ones.
play it. Here.
I'll just let yours play to help you.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Why do we say tuna fish? What if the hokey pokey is what it's all about? Why do we say tuna fish? They don't say beef mammal or chicken bird. What if Earth's like one of those uncontacted tribes in the Amazon and the entire galaxy knows that we exist, but they've all agreed not to talk to us until we've got our shit together? Did I wash my hair already? What if the
Yeah, so
I love that.
so that
because-
has 17,000 views, which is bizarre.
No, that's a good one because it's so relatable.
But then I realized, like, I've taken, like, little bits and pieces of my very flawed dating life, and
people love that.
but like I sort of exaggerate it, and people love that.
Well, people straight up lie on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some that are such BS.
They do.
I have a few ideas that I'll tell you after, and I definitely want to film them. I meant to do it today and, like, get all, like, ready and whatever.
There's
Well,
a couple things that are just like really kind of fucked up on TikTok. Like there are a lot of straight boys that act gay for clout.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah. Like you can't imagine. And like they'll get exposed for it. They'll hashtag it like LGBT, hashtag
And you know
gay
they're
boy,
not.
hashtag gay guy, like hashtag
And those all-
whatever. And they're like, and then like you'll go to their Instagram and it's them and their girlfriend. Yeah.
The other thing I've noticed is some of my favorite TikTokers, like there's this one girl that just rants, but she's funny, but she's
Yeah.
like weird. Oh my God, I love her so much. I
Yeah.
forget her name, but I go to her Instagram, she's like 6,000 followers. Like
Yeah.
that's it. And on TikTok, it's like 500,000.
Yeah, I think the reason that I've had like pretty good conversion is a lot of my TikToks are about me and about things that have happened in my life, whether or not they're exaggerated or not. They're
Yeah.
still about me. So
So-
people are interested to see like
More
the
of
real
that.
me,
Yeah.
which my Instagram is definitely not.
Well, it's a highlight.
My Instagram is I call it a collection of highlights,
Yeah.
if you will.
A collective highlight.
But yeah, the people that have content that are that's not about them,
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed their engagement is a bit lower and their conversion to other platforms.
Like, what's
is not
an
as good.
example for that?
So there's a lot of accounts that like you don't ever see the person's face. Like it's
Oh, I
an
see what
art
you're saying.
account,
Yep.
right?
But I don't know about that because that's the other thing. I want to put my jackets on there because I do see people
Well, those
being
videos
like,
do very well.
I want to buy that or whatever.
Yeah. And
So-
like if that's your goal, then like it'd probably be a good way to convert.
Okay, but you have to teach me. Like, I just don't understand. How would I even film that? Because,
Time lapse.
but do you do it on your camera?
No.
You
on
do
your
it
phone.
in the app?
No, you don't. You can do it like on the time lapse on your iPhone.
That's what I mean, though. But
Yeah,
how do you
and you
like
upload
upload
it.
multiple videos?
You don't. It's just one time lapse, and then
that's boring.
what you could do is you basically take that footage, you upload it to your phone. There's an app called InShot that allows you to edit in vertical video. So you could then take multiple clips, edit it.
Put it into that.
Yeah, and
So
you
that's what
can
I was
actually
wondering.
upload multiple clips
You
on
can?
TikTok. Yeah,
And then adjust them.
yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But there are a ton of like art accounts that I follow where they do like a time lapse, or they'll be like step 1 and then a time lapse,
Yep.
step 2, and then you see the finished product. And those do really, really well.
Exactly, but the other thing is like I don't want to give up like the secrets. I just want to like show each jacket.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I know how you do your jackets.
But you
and-
don't. Like, you don't know the exact way I do it. Like,
Sure. But I know the gist. And that's the thing. I think if you just give like the general,
gist, yeah.
it's fine. And here's the other thing. Even
like you
if
don't know
people
what tools I use, and I don't want to tell people that.
But here's the thing. Even if if people know exactly how you do it, you're the only one that's going to be able to make the jackets exactly like
Yeah,
yours,
that's
you know?
true. And obviously it's already out there, so anyone that copies, it's like, okay, well, you're copying.
Right.
I just know that.
Well, you could do
that's
what they
somewhat
call the
inevitable.
poor man's patent, and this is done a lot in like film with scripts and stuff. Is like once you finish it, you put it in an envelope and you mail it to yourself so that there's the actual date on it, and you could prove like, okay, I sent this to myself on this day.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like I don't think you'd be able to do it for fashion.
Yeah, because it's more of like a.
But yeah, you could prove like, okay, I registered this website for this specific purpose. This is the
Exactly.
site. Like you could
This
use
is
the
when it
Wayback
launched.
Machine to show and yeah.
And like this is when the first picture was on the Instagram, like
Yeah.
those type of things. But at the end of the day, it's just very, I just think TikTok would be a great way to maybe get more eyes on it
Oh, for sure.
without paying. Because obviously I'm going to do like paid marketing, but
Yeah.
it's earned marketing is the best.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. TikTok gives me like, I love it, but I hate it, but I love it.
It's really funny because for those of you that don't know, there's like the people that you're following, so you could scroll through like your feed of that.
Yeah.
But then there's also the For You page, which is
I wonder which one I watch on.
you're probably going on the For You page. But when you open
your
up the app, it
followers
automatically
pop up on the
goes to
For
the For
You?
You page. They can, but they don't necessarily. Like you might miss something that they did if you're just on the For You page. But the For You page is tailored to your likes. So like if you if it sees that you're rewatching a certain type of video, even if you don't hit the like button, it'll start to push more of those types of videos to you. And if you like something or you comment on it, they're definitely going to push that sort of same content as well.
Yeah.
So your For You page becomes a reflection of your likes.
I do have to say, it is the most genius algorithm because I
it's
remember when I
really
first
good.
started, you were like, I was like, yeah, I'm going to put Nova Nero up there. I'm going to put like Dogwoods up. And you're like, well, those aren't going to do well. Like, I never see those. And I'm like, that's all I see.
Yeah.
Like, all I saw when I first started were dogs because I followed the dog accounts.
Yep.
And then I watched their videos like over and over. And then I'd go to their profile and like go through each one. So
My
it
For You
is
page
super tailored.
is so random. It literally goes from like pro surfing
Mm-hmm.
and like just craziness to like some fucking thotty dude and like just like flexing.
But the crazy thing is, like, I have some of that, I think, too. But you know what it is? I think it's because I comment on every single one of your videos. And I rewatch all your videos. So that pops up, and I get those ones that are
That's
like,
so funny.
if this is on your For You page, like, you're gay. And I'm
Yeah.
like, like, okay.
You've gotten that before?
I've gotten that
That's
before. And I'm just
hilarious.
like-
that's definitely just from you liking my shit.
I'll go through all of Jake's, and, like, I'll rewatch them,
Yeah.
like, loop them.
Here, you know what? I'm curious right now. I want to see the first like 5 things that comes up on my For You page, like what the content is. All right. This is a random one. This is a never have I ever trend for adults. The second one.
Look, mine's a dog.
Second one. Oh my god. I
Mine
don't know what this is.
are always dogs.
Again, skiing. Look, like professional skiing.
Yeah, I just turned my sound off. I have dogs.
Oh.
Do you know this guy, Q Park?
Nope, never seen him.
Shut up.
See, that's the other thing is like there
There
are
are
people that are like,
so-
oh, you don't know who this is. I'm like, I've never. in my
There
life.
are so many people on TikTok, but he goes through New York and he does these dances, but he screams and like everyone around him freaks out. He was right outside of my office the other day.
Really.
Yeah, like Andrew's coffee shop is like right next to my office, and
That's
he was
hilarious.
right. It was in his TikTok, and I was like, how come I missed that?
Yeah. Have you seen the her name is Margot. Not Margot. Oh.
Isn't
see?
that so funny? Like, but that's the thing
And
that
like
blows
that one
my
is
mind.
everywhere right now. I see it
But
everywhere.
what blows my mind about TikTok is there's just so many.
Yeah. Do you probably follow there's a couple creators that I feel like everyone knows. Like obviously Charlie D'Amelio.
I don't follow her. I should.
But you know who she
course.
is. There's
She
this girl.
her YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, she just went to Prada Fashion Week in Milan.
Yeah, I saw. Crazy.
She's living my dream, and she's fucking 15.
Yeah.
I mean, rightfully so. Like, do
Yeah.
you go after
it.
everything? But like, 15. When I was 15, we were in high school, and I was
Yeah.
having a shit time. Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine?
No.
Also, she
I
is
just
having a
hope
shit
that
time.
she
'cause-
has good people around her.
but she's getting
because-
shit on constantly.
Yeah.
It's so terrible.
You know what? I'll take shit from the internet for $5 million a year, which is what she's projected to make.
Or
this
to
year.
go to Milan and
Yeah.
get Prada, like outfitted her with an entire closet, gave her bags, gave her. Oh my god!
I have a friend who's
my God. I just
pretty good friends with Virgil Abloh,
Mm-hmm.
and he just got a like one of the pieces from the new collection gifted to him. So crazy. Yeah,
What am I doing wrong? Someone tell me.
yeah, it's pretty insane.
Okay, there's a little bit of rapid fire questions. NYC or LA?
LA
My heart.
for now.
No, I know. I mean, the weather. I'm with you.
Look, I could surf year round.
Okay, touche.
It's amazing. And then if I want to, I drive 2-3 hours north and I could snowboard.
Yeah, and you have a city.
I choose when I see snow.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Winter, summer.
That's a lie. Salty. Sorry.
Winter, summer.
Summer.
Spring or fall?
Spring.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Obviously. Vacation or travel?
Travel.
Introvert, extrovert?
introverted extrovert. Or the other way around, I don't remember.
Morning or night?
Night.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Yes. No. I hate how I always put my input. But
You know what? No,
want a
I
waffle
really
right now.
like both, but what I love about waffles is that you can put like a little bit of butter in each little thing.
I was gonna say the syrup pockets.
too, yeah. No,
Choc-
oh no, that doesn't matter. I drench it.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Book or movie?
Movie.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Almond milk or coconut milk?
Almond milk.
Oat milk for me. This is outdated.
I like oat milk too.
Apples or oranges?
Apples.
Play sports or watch sports?
Play.
Leather or lace?
Leather.
Snapchat or Instagram? TikTok.
Instagram.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner. I feel like the beginning was a bit of a shit show, and we got more specified as it went on.
That's how this show goes.
That was fun.
It's kind of just like you figure out what you actually want to talk about while you're on the show.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so if there's nothing else you want to touch on.
Let me think. I do want to touch on this.
Yeah.
You have come to visit LA a couple times now, and you've expressed interest in at least living there for like a month.
Yes. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that as of now?
Oh, I would love to.
So when are you going?
The only other thing that terrifies me is the whole like big earthquake. So I had a dream, I shit you not, a week ago where I woke up in like a sweat and I was visiting LA and it was a few hours after I like touched down.
Okay.
And we went up to, it was like some rooftop something and might be like Mama's shelter or something.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you start seeing like this dust something like come in from like inland or something, or maybe it was the coast. And I was just like, what is that? And it was like this like red like wave that just looked like it was coming, but like not water, like dust.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God. Like,
It's the
that
big
was,
one.
Yeah. And I was like, it happened somewhere and like it's just coming. And then all of a sudden water started coming. And I kid you not, people, cars, like things were flying in front of me. And I'm on a rooftop.
Oh my God.
Flying in front of me. And I saw people like getting tossed as the wave was coming towards me. I was just like,
I hope someone tunes in right then before you said this was a dream. I've experienced
do you have
one
anxiety
earthquake.
there?
No,
About the big one?
no, but I have since experiencing my first earthquake. It was a bigger one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what I expected. Apparently there are two types. One type like sort of shakes, the other comes in like waves. This was one of the more wavy ones, and it was really weird. It lasted a lot longer than I thought, and it was kind of exciting when it happened. Funny enough, so there were two earthquakes in July, like right after each, like one after another. And the first one I didn't feel because I was surfing.
That's terrifying.
No, it's not. It's only terrifying. The only way a tsunami can happen is if the epicenter is in the water. I found out.
Okay.
But I could have sworn there was like a bigger set that came through, and I
You were like,
found
"Whoa,
out after,
this
I
is
was
great."
like, oh, maybe that was it. But apparently it's bullshit. But the second one I definitely felt, and right before it happened, I'm a nerd and I like to watch Big Brother. That's like one of my big guilty pleasures. And they have feeds going 24/7. So I Googled, or maybe I saw it on Twitter. I was trying to find like their reaction to the first earthquake.
What is Big Brother?
It's a reality show.
Okay.
They're filmed 24/7.
Okay.
That's all you really need to know about it. But
Yeah.
for this conversation. So I'm watching them react to the first one, and not even 10 seconds after I finished watching that, the second one started and I felt it.
God.
Yeah.
See, and that's the other thing. Like even the last time I came to visit, Savannah was driving me to the airport, and I was just thinking like this would happen to you. Like you're literally on your way to the airport in traffic, and it's just gonna happen. You're gonna die.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know why my mind goes there.
I mean, look, if the big one happens, like a lot of people are fucked.
Entirety
But
of
here's
LA.
the other thing. Some of the stuff that I remember reading around that time when these two earthquakes were happening, because they were saying like, oh, like
Big one's
this
coming.
first one was a precursor to the second one that was bigger. So there's a chance that one was a precursor to an even bigger one.
Yeah.
But they were saying if that doesn't happen, it's good that these smaller, bigger ones are happening because it's relieving pressure and makes the big one less impactful. Yeah.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, but still, like, the way that they describe the big one is like
Yeah.
it would just wipe you'd fall off the face of the earth. Like, there would not be time to.
It's more, from what I understand, just like there's gonna be no resources, and like you need to just hope that you could get out of LA. What is that?
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it stopped. That was weird. Earthquake.
I don't even know if you could hear that in the audio, but like, no.
That was weird. But it's funny. After experiencing my first earthquake, I started having, I wouldn't call them nightmares because they're not really that scary, but I've had dreams where like an earthquake's happening and like it's fine at first. We're just like, oh, it's an earthquake. But then before I know it, like literally the entire room is turned sideways and we're like falling one end to the other. But then we're fine. And we're just like, oh, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to move there. I think it would just be like to be able to hike and then go to the beach right after and be able to be around people who are so interested in the same things I'm trying to accomplish. Like in that industry would be amazing. But I've also found that like even people in New York, like I haven't explicitly reached out to these like certain blogging girls or like they're like YouTubers like I enjoy watching and I comment on all their stuff, so like I know they recognize my name because I'm a huge believer like you're not too big to support people.
No.
I hate when people are like, oh my god, like what, I don't know. For me it's like I like your stuff, I'm gonna comment.
Yep.
So I think, I mean, like 90% sure that they've seen my name, you know? But like it's all very generic, and I'm not saying like, oh my god, they should jump to be like friends with me, but it's at the point where it's like I'm like, okay, well we both know we both live in New York, and like everyone has these little pockets of like blogging groups and things, and I'm just like I don't fit into any of them.
Yeah.
But I feel like it wouldn't be any different in LA. I feel like it would be like,
I mean, you just have to make any city like work for you, you know?
well, also, it would just be nice to have people around me. Like, Alyssa started her channel, which is amazing, but we don't see each other as often.
Yeah.
But it'd be so amazing just to have someone that was like, hey, you want to, like, come film a video together? Or, like you, when you had your channel, and you'd come over and we'd do tasty cooking.
Yeah. Oh, there's that sound again. What is that?
That is so weird.
That's weird.
I don't like that.
The one thing that it's probably one of my favorite parts of LA, other than the fact that you could surf year round, is like you could also just be outside all the time.
Yeah.
If you just even on like the colder days, if you want to go on a hike, you throw on like a hoodie,
sweatshirt.
maybe like something a little bit heavier, a beanie, and like you're good. You could go on hikes all year round. Like it's
I mean,
really
I hike
awesome.
in like really cold weather, but it's just different. If I could have sunshine and like not be this pale, like, do you guys see how tan he is?
Okay, but
I am miserable.
It's really funny. I have this is a surfer's tan, so
you're
I
white
wear a
everywhere
wetsuit.
else.
Look at this. I don't know if it's reading on camera, but like
Oh yeah,
it's literally a line.
I see it more on camera than in person. Yeah, but like my face is like as white as this microphone.
No, it is not.
I don't recognize myself. Like I've never been this pale.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. So
this was fun.
I know. Thank you
We'll
for
do it
coming
again.
on.
Maybe the next time we'll be
Absolutely.
in LA.
I would love to, and I can easily bring this stuff. Hopefully, I can figure out how to bring it all without messing.
Please don't sell your Coachella ticket. Come.
As of right now, I have it. It's just like getting out there.
Yeah. Did you get your wristband? They just shipped them recently.
Sorry, that other camera turned off, and I was like, no. Yeah, it's supposed. I got an email that it's gonna come like any day.
Oh, okay.
In one of the waves.
That's the one thing that I mean, I'm not complaining of a fucking artist pass. But like I've always wanted the experience of like getting. But like if you have like the artist wristband or even like the guest artist one, you have to like pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd so much rather have a guest or an artist wristband.
Yeah.
That being said, I still have the ticket. If you guys want any Coachella outfits, buy one of my jackets. Literally no one else will be wearing it.
It's so bad.
No one else will be wearing it because there literally is only one of a kind.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, no, I would love to go. I think it's also just kind of, I don't know. I could always do something last minute, you know. That's how I kind of do things.
Yeah.
But worst comes to worst. Wait, if you have to get that, we can.
No, it's my brother's FaceTime.
Worst comes to worst, I think.
I'm podcasting right now. Yeah.
Hey.
All right. Bye. No.
No, put him
You
in
probably
it.
won't even be in the podcast.
You're.
We'll see.
Yeah, you'll
It's
be
my
in
brother, guys.
Hey.
All right. I'll see you later.
it. Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go, but I would fly into Vegas and drive out with Brandon and Dev.
Do it.
We just don't have anywhere to stay yet, so it's like everything is.
Yeah.
If I can't sell it, I have to go.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
All right.
Anyways, thank you for coming on straight
Yeah.
from
Thank
the
you for
airport.
having me.
Let everyone know your Instagram, your TikTok.
It's just at Jake the Nike on everything.
DENIKE.
Yep.
That's great. I can't get my name on anything. Anyways, make sure to go follow him and check him out. And if you made it this far in the comments, leave what is your favorite emoji?
He'd leave the surfer.
Ah, perfect. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next episode. And anything you want to leave them with?
Stay safe. Be happy.
Don't catch coronavirus.
I
No.
hated that. All right. Bye, guys.
I kind of like that.